COVID-19 pandemic changed the life of a lot of people in no small ways, and I was one of them. So before 2020, I did not know anything about blogging, search engine optimization, search engine marketing, search engine results pages, but the COVID-19 pandemic led me into my writing career. Quick backstory. I resigned my job in 2019 and decided to take a break. I took a break for 2 months, and March 4, 2020, I started another job. But I used just 2 weeks on the job when the COVID outbreak became a thing in my country and we went on a lockdown. So I went back from having a job to being jobless. So it was between the pandemic and my joblessness and me trying to rethink my life and what will I do and where do I start from, that I decided to dust off my writing ability and go online to go sell my writing as a service and begin to make money working remotely. And guess what? It worked, all right? So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 of the most impactful lessons that I learned in the first 9 months of my being a blogger. The 5th lesson will radically change your life. So I want you to hang with me. I'm going to share with you quickly 5 lessons that I learned when I started my blogging career in 2020. The first lesson that I learned within this space is that you do not have to be an expert. So when I wanted to start my online business in June 2020, I had no background knowledge of professional writing, no background knowledge of SEO or blogging. But what I simply did in 2020 is I used the remaining $10 that I have to buy a domain name reservation and of course 1 month web hosting. I could not even afford a year web hosting. And then I started blogging. And one of the first lessons that I learned is you do not have to be an expert. So a lot of people always wait to figure out everything and have 100% clarity before they start. But this is one reason why people procrastinate and delay the result they could have gotten. I started in 2020. This is the 5th year and this has been an amazing journey. But what if I did not start in 2020? What if I was waiting to know all about SEO before I started? I just started and got clarity along the way. One of my favorite quotes is clarity comes with movement. So you don't have to be an expert, you don't have to know everything, just start and start today. You will figure out a lot of other things along the way. So this was the first lesson that I learned in the first 9 months as a blogger. The second lesson that I learned as a blogger is that nothing replaces hard work. When you're starting on a path newly, you must put in extra work compared to the people that have been on that path for a few months, a few years. So you are just starting. There is a lot to learn. There is a lot to do. And when it comes to writing, writing is work, especially if you are now an SEO writer. So writing is one part, then optimizing the article is another part. You need to go through the ideation and then the outline, the proper first draft, you proofread, you edit, you optimize, and then you proofread and edit again until your article becomes something that people will read and they will be wowed. So hard work is the bedrock of anything that you want to do and you want to be successful, especially writing. So if you want to be a writer or a blogger, you must be ready to put in the work so that you can get the result that you desire down the line. The third lesson that I learned is that learning must never end. So I told you how I started as a novice. So what I needed to do was to begin to learn. So in the last 5 years, I've learned a lot about SEO, so much that I've become a top-rated SEO writer. It might interest you that I've written for a lot of top companies in the United States of America. I've also even written for Upwork, all right? How did I get here? Personal development, investing in trading, and of course practicing, all right, is what has brought me up until this point. So whatever it is you're doing, especially if you want to be a professional writer or you want to write and make impact and influence, you must continue to learn, because the more you learn and the better you become, the better the result that you will get. So learning must never end. It must continue. The day you stop learning, you start dying. You must continue to learn, be open to fresh ideas, keep getting better and better, because it will rub off on the kind of results that you get. So the fourth lesson is an offshoot of the third one. Practice makes for improvement. So it is not enough that you are learning and you're gathering information. You must ensure that you're executing on the information, because the only way you're going to master this craft is to learn and then to put your knowledge to use. People often say knowledge is power, but I like to say the power in knowledge is only experienced when you practice. And people say practice makes for perfection. I believe that perfection is a myth. So you're likely not going to be perfect, and you must not wait to be perfect before you get to work. So that has been referred to practice makes for improvement. So the more you practice, the better you become. Oftentimes people ask me, how do you become a better writer? I just simply tell them, ensure you're writing consistently. If possible, write every day. As you practice, you get better, all right? So this is one of the vital lessons, but the 5th lesson is the breakthrough lesson you will learn in this video. The 5th lesson is very tough. Nobody will pay for your skills in its own refined state, which is why you must pay attention to developing yourself. All right. If you want to earn money from writing, for example, you must come to terms with the fact that nobody will pay you unless you are damn good at what you do. So because when you meet a potential client, the first thing they will ask you is send me your portfolio link. They want to see the articles you have written before, and that is how they will judge whether you are the right person for the job. So you must have very quality articles in your portfolio if anybody is ever going to put their money on you. As I wrap up this conversation, I want to say to you, writing online is such a rewarding activity. It was started just as an idea in 2020. 5 years down the line, I've become a top-rated writer. I've written for some of the top brands in the world, and I've gotten amazing results writing on the internet. All right, so if you have always dreamed of becoming a writer, or at least writing just to impact and influence people on the internet, I want to say to you that there is no better time to start than now. And if you're not sure where to start, check the description section. I have a free guide for you that walks you through how exactly you can lay a solid foundation if you want to begin to write on the internet. If you love this video and you got value from this video, like this video, leave me a comment. And if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, ensure you click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that every time I drop a video like this, you will be notified. I'll see you in my next video.